Hello everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Today I've got the latest from Springfield Armory in the Echelon series. It's the 4.0C compensated chambered in 9mm. Springfield sent this to us to do a review on, and I'm happy to have it because the Echelon series is an excellent pistol line. Got a couple of these. Got the original 4.0 of the Echelon, and they're roughly the same size. I mean, basically it's the same chassis and everything. The feature that they've added in this is noticeable up here. It's factory ported. So the barrel has a port, the slide has a port, and I didn't really notice it to get much dirtier than regular Echelon. It's ported well so that the gases do exit, and it did make a huge difference in felt recoil. 9mm doesn't have a lot of recoil to start with, but this really made a difference. It's one of those things you see it and you say, oh, is that going to do much? Yeah, it does. It makes what is really a nice pistol to shoot even that much better. It has all the standard features you come to expect. Front serrations, rear serrations. They're pronounced enough, if I can get my head to work correctly, they're pronounced enough to get a hold of them. Make it easy to cycle it, whether you're using the front or the rear, but they're not abrasive. And notice that there's kind of a recess here that comes into some wings that allow you to grab it from the back and make sure that no matter how you get a hold of this thing, you're going to be able to do it. And it's really, really smooth. One of the things I've seen with the Echelon series. It's not the lightest on the planet. It's not a light rack, but it is actually pretty light and exceptionally smooth to cycle. It has a 3-slot Picatinny rail. It does have a chassis system. The internal chassis is the actual serialized component. The plastic, the grip frame is just a grip frame. So you can buy these, you can replace these, you could actually get different uppers and everything else. Keep in mind, you would not put the compensated barrel in a non-compensated slide. That wouldn't end well. So if you are swapping parts out, this barrel needs to stay with this slide at all times. It's the way it's designed to work correctly from the factory, and you wouldn't want to be out changing that. But this chassis system, like in some other guns you've seen out there, means that especially in restricted states, you only have to buy one serialized component, and then you can swap out the grip frames and uppers to make it whatever you want it to be. It's a nice looking pistol. It's well done. Notice the slide stop, slide release is on both sides, so that part's ambidextrous. The magazine release is ambidextrous, and both work. The slide stop, slide release, and the magazine release on both sides work reliably. They're not attached by some thin little piece of metal where one works and the other doesn't. I've noticed that, pretty much when Springfield Armory puts a feature on a gun, the feature works. It also does come with replaceable back straps, the one that's on it, and 2 others. These come in the box with it, so that you don't necessarily have to buy a new grip frame just to change the size of the grip. The other thing it comes with is a 15-round magazine, and this is actually an 8-round magazine. So right from the factory, 18-round magazine, right from the factory. This is an extender that also acts as a kind of a sleeve so that it fits correctly in the grip. It fits smooth in the grip, but also extends the capacity of it by 3 rounds. And the nice thing about it is, this is intended to be a concealed carry pistol. So with the flush mag, it might be what you would use because the grip is the hardest part to hide. But if you wanted to use it in such a way that that wasn't an issue, you weren't worried about it, it even comes in the box with an additional one of those extenders. So if you chose to, right from the factory, the parts are in the box, you could make this 15-round magazine, this flush mag, an 18-round magazine. If I put the flush mag in it, talk about the dimensions of this, this isn't one of those micro compact 9s. That's what the Hellcat is for. This is more of your standard double stack size. It is designed to be used for concealed carry, especially with the compensator, but it's not meant to be a pocket gun. As such, the dimensions are 7.25 front to back, 5.125 from top to bottom. That's of course without an optic on it. Adds an inch if you add the extended magazine in it. And then it's 1.2 inches thick. So it's actually reasonably thin for the category that it's intended to fit into. And it's really comfortable, easy to hold. You get a full 3-finger grip, nice undercut, nice beaver tail. I'm not going to get slide bit by this. Now there is a gap in the magazine. It is properly inserted, and it was reliable from round 1 on forward. But I didn't get pinched at all when this operated. Sometimes you see a gap, you might think I'm going to get pinched. Didn't happen. And when I put in the extended magazine, the gap is still there. There's a little bit of a recess, but again, I'm getting a full 3-finger grip on this. I'm not really even in that territory. But even Hammer, who has larger hands, didn't get pinched. I've never had one of these Echelons pinched. The magazines stay nice and stable in the magazine wall. I mentioned the undercut. You got a little texture here. You got a little texture on the front. And you've got landing pads here and texture here. So even on the magazine release, there's some texture, so you're not going to slip off it. It's designed to be able to, however you like to shoot, be able to locate your hands, your fingers, everything in the right position based on what you want. It has a flatty trigger. It's not absolutely 100% flat, but it's pretty flat. Inertial toggle and minimal take up. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the trigger. I like the trigger on these Echelons, by the way. So minimal take up onto a defined crisp wall, but it's very light and very clean. And a very short reset. I'm right on the wall. I put pressure on it, trigger didn't move at all. And then again, a defined wall, but a very nice, clean, crisp break, and a very nice short reset. The triggers on these are very, very well done. It's one of the few striker guns out there that can kind of come close to the PDP, PPQ by Walther as far as having a really, really good striker trigger. The whole Echelon series has very, very good triggers. So the sights are dovetailed, so they can be replaced if you choose to. The front sight is a tritium vial with a luminescent ring around it. Makes it really easy to see during the day. And a white U at the back. And if I line it up, you can see it's very easy to see, very easy to locate. This is actually very easy to shoot well. But let's say you don't like the sights or you want to do an optic, there you go. It's optics ready. And the nice thing about it is it has what they call the VIS, Variable Interface System. Basically, it's a marketing term for a pin-based system. So it comes with a bag of pins, and they're for the various, the small footprint red dots that are popular, Delta Point Pro, Shield, etc. And it comes with the screws, and it comes in this bag. So this comes with every one of them. So you're not getting the gun and then waiting for something that you order to arrive. But you take this plate off, you drop the pins in the holes for the appropriate optic footprint that you're wanting to put on it, drop the optic on it, use the screw, screw it down, and it's done. The optics on this are really easy to mount and work well, and don't rely on the optics manufacturer providing the right screws or pins or plates. The other thing that's nice about this system is the optic sits low, so you really do get a good co-witness. I've put optics on other Echelons, and the system works very well. When I look at the various things that are out there for optics mounting, I like this system the best. Some of them come pre-drilled with pins for a specific footprint. So, for example, certain guns that are out there, they'll take a Shield or they'll take a RMR compact, whatever. But that's what you can put on it, and that's that. Others use the plates. With this pin system, it's pretty much whatever you want. It will fit as long as it's fits into the footprint. It's going to work, and that to me is really probably where optics need to go. Supply a pattern, supply the pins, and just put the optic you want on it. Internals on this are pretty well done. If you lock it back, push this lever down, release it, and it comes off. It has a captive recoil spring. It's kind of a wafer style. It's a little bit longer. It's unlike the Glocks that kind of have a piston looking thing at the top of it. It's just a full length spring. The barrel, there's your compensator cut, your port, and it is conventional rifling, and as you would expect from Springfield Armory, it's very well machined, very clean, very crisp. It has a little bit of a crown and a very nicely polished wide feed ramp. And what I've seen with these is these just work. They eat everything. Every Echelon I've shot just works. So the whole barrel feed ramp system is set up quite well. And then there's your barrel profile, pretty conventional barrel, other than that compensation cut in the top of it. Slides well machined, nice and clean. Here's your piston for the drop safety, and as I showed you earlier, it has the inertial toggle on the trigger, so it's designed to be drop safe. Well machined, there's nothing fancy in here. It's just everything that needs to be here is here, and it's well done. And here you can see the chassis system. So this metal frame in here is actually a removable chassis that would allow me to take this serialized component out of this grip frame, put it into a different grip frame, different size, full length grip, whatever it is I want to do, and not have to buy another serialized component. Fire control group is back here, nice robust steel rails at the front, smaller but really robust, really thick, well done rails at the back. This should turn out to be quite durable and well built. And you'll see the arms on the slide stop slide release are nice and solid, and they move together. I've had some of these where manufacturers have put one on this side, but the way the thing is designed, one of them works better than the other. In this case, they both just work. So, which if you're a lefty, you're going to have no trouble just basically picking this up and using it. So let me go ahead and put it back together, which is as easy as taking it apart. Slide the barrel back in. Slide the recoil spring back in. Kind of just give it a little push to make sure it's centered. It does kind of want to center itself. Line it up. Lock it back. Flip the lever. And you're back in business. Real easy to maintain, to field strip, to live with. And overall, a really pleasant gun to shoot, easy to shoot well, and just reliable. As I mentioned earlier, these Echelons, and I've got a couple of them, they just work. It's reminiscent of a Glock or the XDM series where you get that reliability that you need, along with the cool latest features and optics capability, and now compensation or porting, whichever way you want to look at it, right from the factory. With an MSRP of $749, it's pretty reasonable for a compensated or ported gun, so you're actually getting into that game at a pretty reasonable price from what turns out to be a quite nice and reliable handgun. So thank you, Springfield Armory, for sending this for a review. I really do appreciate it. And if you're looking at the Echelon series, I don't think you can go wrong with it. And since you've made it this far into the video, just wanted to remind you, I don't want to give away what Friday's video is going to be about, but you'll want to tune in and look at Friday's video. And thank you. Please check us out, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell to be notified. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Play, or Rumble. We're pretty much everywhere. And thank you.